Life.
Aussie actor Heath Ledger dead at 28.
Not only was he one of our finest actors, but he happened to be my favourite actor.
A talented career and life cut terribly short.
We, Heath's family, confirm the very tragic, untimely and accidental passing of our dearly loved son, brother and doting father of Matilda.
Live from Melbourne Park, this is 7 News with Peter Mitchell.
Good evening. It's hard to believe he's gone, but the world is coming to terms with the death of Heath Ledger. The Australian actor who'd found fame in movies like Brokeback Mountain was found dead in his Manhattan apartment. Sleeping pills were discovered beside his naked body. Rani Sadler is in New York. And Rani, are we any closer to knowing the cause of Heath Ledger's death?
Peter, police have confirmed that sleeping pills and anti-anxiety tablets were beside the bed where Heath's body was found face down. It appears to have been an overdose and foul play isn't suspected. The question is, was it accidental? Heath Ledger was only 28. His Hollywood star on the rise and so much to live for.
We, Heath's family, confirm the very tragic, untimely and accidental passing of our dearly loved son, brother and doting father of Matilda.
Ledger's family says he was sick with pneumonia and his death wasn't suicide. That will be decided by the New York coroner. Heath's naked body was found on a bed inside his rented Manhattan apartment. A housekeeper had earlier heard him snoring. When a masseuse arrived at 3 in the afternoon, they knocked on his bedroom door and got no reply. Paramedics were called, but he couldn't be revived.
There were prescription medications taken from the apartment. They included sleeping pills. They were not scattered about the apartment.
You can see how much of an effect Heath Ledger had here in the US. Less than an hour after the news of his death broke, there are dozens of reporters and camera crews and hundreds of fans expressing shock and disbelief.
I can't believe somebody so young and talented, for this to happen is terrible.
I was at work, which is like right around the corner, and there was a gasp of shock throughout the office.
I see him with friends, like riding their bikes. He's always with his daughter on his shoulders, walking I see him like so much.
Relatives and friends have been consoling his family at their home in Perth. Heath spent his Christmas there in what he described as his best holiday ever.
Heath has touched so many people on so many different levels during his short life, but few had the pleasure of truly knowing him. He was a down-to-earth, generous, kind-hearted, life-loving, unselfish individual who was extremely inspirational to many.
Outside the home of his former fiancée Michelle Williams and his 2-year-old daughter Matilda, signs of happier times. The couple met on the set of Brokeback Mountain and ended their engagement last September. Williams has told friends she's devastated, that words cannot describe how she's feeling. In a recent interview, Ledger spoke eerily about death and Matilda.
I feel good about dying now because I feel like I'm alive in her, you know, but at the same hand, you don't want to die because you want to be around for the rest of her life.
These are the last photos of Heath alive on the set of his next movie.
I like that.
He'd just finished his role as the Joker in the next Batman film. Producers say they're stunned and devastated. The entertainment community has lost an enormous talent, describing Heath as a brilliant actor. A sentiment shared by other Hollywood stars. John Travolta fought back tears.
I'm pretty devastated over this because he was my favorite actor and my favorite talent, and I think it's like losing James Dean.
In New York, Rani Sadler, 7 News.
Thanks, Rani. Rani Sadler in New York. Now to Mike Amor in Hollywood. And Mike, how's the American film industry coming to terms with the death of a rising star?
In complete shock, Mitch, there have been blank faces all over Hollywood as people learned of Heath Ledger's death. He was already getting widespread acclaim for playing the Joker in the new Batman movie, so he seemingly had everything to live for.
A tragic ending for one of Hollywood's rising stars.
First word is it could be drug-related.
He was just 28 years old.
It was the shocking news that plunged Hollywood into mourning.
My heart goes out to his family and this kid. He's got a little kid. I don't know. You know, people have demons.
Just an unspeakably sad thing.
From Nicole Kidman, what a terrible tragedy. My heart goes out to Heath's family.
Hey, you want to play me?
Ledger reached superstardom, but his career began with a small role on Home and Away.
He was really one of the most talented actors and charismatic actors that Australia's ever produced, and it's a real tragedy to lose him.
From the moment Hollywood first saw Ledger in the teen flick 10 Things I Hate About You, he was Australia's next big thing.
By who? Who considers me the next big thing?
After starring opposite idol Mel Gibson in The Patriot, Ledger's career stalled with a string of flops like A Knight's Tale. He then turned his back on mainstream Hollywood, starring as Ned Kelly opposite then-girlfriend Naomi Watts and Bud Tingwell.
It's a huge loss to our industry. And he was only 28.
And this thing grabs hold of us again.
Then his most famous role and his Oscar nomination.
Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain.
Comfortable on screen, uncomfortable off it. Ledger grew to hate the attention, fidgeting through one award.
My publicist is like, sit on your hands.
Some say it was nerves, some arrogance. He was forced to apologise after peeling an orange through a Sunrise interview. But right to the end, he fought a running battle with the paparazzi who sprayed him with a water pistol at a premiere in Sydney.
A very talented and sensitive person, an artist really, and I don't think the media really got to the bottom of Heath.
In Hollywood, Mike Amor, 7 News.
2 people have died and another is fighting for her life after a fire at a house in Dandenong.